I saw Fanfic. Yeah, John Wick. If you haven't had time to read it yet, I'll read it out loud for the stream while you're while you're installing your game. Just send it over and I'll do it. How did you get the name Crumbster? Oh lord! You guys ready to hear the name of this fanfic? You guys ready to hear the name of this fanfic? It's the fanfic is named Oathmeal x Klaus Part 3 Valentine's Day Special. This is a Valentine's Day special, by the way. Guys, are you ready? Are you chittering? Because I am. I want to fucking shoot myself. Alright. Valentine's Day special. It was a morning like any other. Oathmeal opened her eyes to the light shining in through the window. Today was a rather special day. Today was Valentine's Day, and she planned to spend the entire day with her beloved Klaus. Hopefully he had something planned, if he didn't forget it, that is. She stepped out of bed and made breakfast. Who? You gotta give me a bit. Hopefully... You gotta give me a bit. Alright, these are not easy to read. She had slept surprisingly well, considering how late she went to sleep. She checked her phone. She wanted to know what Klaus had sent, but he had said something, right? What? It was Valentine's Day after all. How could he not? But as she clicked to open her phone, she was greeted with the very familiar dark screen, signaling that it was out of battery. She sighed and went back to her bedroom to plug it into charge during her breakfast. She wanted to know what Klaus could have sent, but it had to wait since she couldn't speed up her phone's charging capabilities. Instead, she decided to just wait for her phone to charge. After her breakfast, she went back to her phone. This time it had battery. But when she opened it, there was no message, notification, or anything. Probably just a bug from it dying, she thought as she went into her messages. Still nothing, or rather, nothing from Klaus. But there was messages from her friend asking if she was going to do anything today, which meant that either he didn't message, or that it meant somehow didn't go through. So she decided she would just go to his house and ask. She made herself ready to go and went outside. During her way there were couples everywhere, walking around and holding hands. She would be lying if she said she didn't feel a bit jealous. All these people had someone to walk with, while meanwhile, Klaus might not even have sent her a message. But she also felt a bit worried. The one day that Klaus doesn't message in the morning is the day of love. She hurried her pace as she continued on, and eventually she came to a stop. She had arrived at Klaus's house. She took up her extra key and went inside. It was dead quiet, no sound at all apart from her own footsteps. She continued walking around until she searched his room. She looked into his room and saw his head poking out from under the bed. She stepped closer and realized he was asleep. I don't like the way this is going. I just want to put that in there. This is the stuff you get from people. I really don't like where it's going. I can tell you that. She stepped closer and realized he was asleep, but also that he didn't look too well. She sat down next to him on his bed and put her hand on his forehead. He was burning up. She could understand why he didn't send her anything. He was sick as can be. He had probably stayed in bed the entire morning, so him not saying anything was understandable. But now, since Oath was here, she was going to take care of him. That way, they could at least spend some time together. How many fucking paragraphs are there? Okay. Alright, here we go. Here we go, boys. Here we go. She went to the kitchen and looked through the fridge and freezer to see what she could possibly make for him. Poor Klaus probably didn't have the energy get up and make food. He was probably starving. So Oathmeal was going to make him something. He had quite a lot of food, but a lot of it might not be the best while sick. So she had to come up with something. Since she really didn't know what foods were his favorite, she had to guess. She settled on chicken soup, you motherfucker, and a cup of tea. Every now and again, she checked to Klaus while making it to make sure he hadn't gotten worse, which he luckily hadn't, but he didn't get any better either. But soon enough, the food got done and it was time to wake up Klaus. As much as she wanted to leave him sleeping, he needed to eat something. She took the soup and the tea and placed them on his cupboard, while sitting next to him on the bed. She slightly tapped him on the shoulder, in an attempt to wake him up. Nothing. She continued to lightly shake him instead. Still nothing. Oh, bro, is this boy dead? Is this boy dead? is he dead? What the fuck kind of Valentine story is this? This boy's dead. Is this? Oh, okay. She now shook him a bit harder. Still nothing. And Oath was getting annoyed. She was about to shake him harder until another idea went into her head. It probably wouldn't work, but at least it was worth a shot. Oh, wait, I'm not reading this anymore. I'm done reading this. I'm not reading that no more, bro. I'm not doing that. I'm good. I'm Oh my god. Papa Crumb, keep going. Alright. She lied down next to Klaus and hugged him. She went closer and closer to him until their lips met. But instead of lifting up, she stayed like that for a good while until she could see Klaus starting to move. When their lips parted, Klaus seemed to be awake. Klaus said in shock. He didn't seem prepared to wake up like that. I really don't want to read this anymore. You guys are putting me through hell. Do it for the meme? Is this really a meme at this point? Okay, what are you doing here? Oathmeal just did a heart with her hands. Okay, fucking kind of response is that? Somebody asks why you're in their house, literally molesting them, and you give them a heart with your hands? Okay. Okay. Wait, it's Valentine's Day, isn't it? He sat up. I'm sorry. I'll get ready so we can He got cut off by Oathmeal placing a finger on his lips. She proceeded to give Fix his pillow and give the soup. Let me just show you guys the sentence I just read real quick. That's the sentence I just read. I want you. She proceeded to give Fix his pillow and give the soup. Did you make this? He asked. Oathmeal smiled and nodded. Thank you. He began eating the soup with Oathmeal by his side. Oh, so I get it. Oathmeal doesn't talk in this story. Oathmeal's mute, just like in game. That's why you showed the heart. Okay. I understand that, you fucking peen boy, but if people can write you talking, you'll be talking. When he was finally done with both the tea and the soup, he was about to get up and out of bed. If not for Oathmeal pushing him down onto the bed, she placed a hand on his forehead and felt that he was still burning up. It was a bit better, but still not good enough to go outside. So she just laid down beside him. She kept her right leg and hand on top of him to make sure he wouldn't get up and try to do something, fucking monster. She really didn't mind spending Valentine's Day like this, as long as it was with Klaus, it didn't matter. And getting sick was a small price to pay to being able to spend time with him. Okay. Understandable. Hey, Oath, Klaus spoke up, talking Oathmeal away from her thoughts. I'm sorry for you having to come take care of me, but thank you. Oath did nothing but look at him and smile. I don't want to talk about you guys smooching and shit, bro. Like, for real. Yo, I'm not reading this anymore. I just read through. No, yo, I'm not reading this anymore. I just read a little bit further. I am not reading this anymore. No, no, bro. No, this is not happening. All I know is that at some point Klaus said, I told you you would get the stick. So, I'm not. I'm not.
I'm reading through this with you and I just want to die.
Oh, no.
I'm closing this out.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh,
It's so hard to eat a chimichanga and
No.
at the same time.
It's not erotic. I read it wrong, but I freaked out because I read further into it and I saw stick and I was like, no. Long story short, Oath is a dumbass that kept kissing somebody who was sick and they got sick, so the next day Klaus had to take care of them. That's the end of the story.
That's like dead on.
That's dead on. That's the entire story. It's literally Oathmeal wakes up and just goes, my boyfriend! Walks to her boyfriend's house, goes, oh my god, my boyfriend's sick! Kisses this fucking sick boyfriend to wake him up. How romantic.
Klaus is married. I mean, okay.
That's fine. Everybody has their boy toys.
I mean, so was my ex. Didn't stop me.
Oh! They wrote a story about me smooching on someone who was engaged at the time. Read more now. I just told you the rest of the story, boy. Well, that was fun.